Welcome to the series on Irish ghost stories, where history and the paranormal intersect. Today, we look into the haunting legacy of Ireland's most notorious pubs, establishments that have welcomed countless patrons over the centuries, some of whom may never have departed. In this exploration, we will highlight 10 spine-chilling tales from haunted pubs across Ireland, where spectral encounters and unexplained phenomena have transformed these ordinary venues into extraordinary sites of intrigue. From the ghostly apparition of a Spanish sailor wandering the cellars of the Spaniard in Antrim to the vigilant spirit of a stern landlady overseeing the Old Patch in Cork, these pubs are steeped in more than history. They are also home to the supernatural. So, pour yourself a drink, settle in, and prepare to uncover the lingering spirits that remain long after the last call. Grace Neil's Pub, County Down, Northern Ireland. Nestled in the charming town of Donaghadee, County Down, Grace Neil's Pub is heralded as one of Ireland's oldest establishments, with a rich history dating back to 1611. Originally known as the King's Arms, it was renamed in tribute to its most renowned landlady, Grace Neil, who managed the pub throughout the 19th century. Grace was celebrated for her warm hospitality and nurturing spirit, overseeing the establishment for over 50 years until her passing in 1916. Yet, even in death, Grace seems unwilling to abandon the beloved establishment. For decades, patrons and staff alike have reported a range of peculiar occurrences attributed to the ghost of Grace Neils herself. Common sightings include the figure of an elderly woman clad in vintage attire, often observed quietly watching over the pub's visitors from a corner. One particularly renowned incident took place in the 1970s when a local musician noticed an elderly lady near the fireplace enjoying his performance. After the set, he inquired about her identity, only to learn that no one resembling her had been present that evening. The bartender, recognizing the description, smiled knowingly and suggested it was likely Grace Neil's spirit. In addition to Grace's spectral presence, the pub is notorious for poltergeist activity. Glasses have reportedly moved independently and doors have slammed shut without explanation. Staff members have described feeling an inexplicable chill behind them, only to turn around and find no one there. Despite these eerie phenomena, Grace Neil's Pub remains a beloved destination for locals and tourists alike, drawn not only by its rich history and inviting atmosphere, but also by the allure of potential paranormal experiences. Esteemed among ghost hunters and enthusiasts, Grace Neil's Pub has been featured on various television programs, continuing to attract visitors intrigued by the possibility of encountering its legendary landlady. Whether or not one believes in ghosts, the distinctive ambience of Grace Neil's is undeniable, enticing patrons to return in hopes of catching a glimpse of its ethereal guardian. The Brazen Head, Dublin City, Southern Ireland. Located in the heart of Dublin, the Brazen Head claims the title of Ireland's oldest pub, with records tracing back to 1198. Over the centuries, this historic venue has served as a gathering place for revolutionaries, soldiers, and countless Dubliners. The walls of the Brazen Head have borne witness to much of Ireland's tumultuous history, and it is no wonder that such a storied location is rich with ghostly tales. Join us as we further explore the haunted pubs of Ireland, where each narrative reveals a connection between the past and the paranormal that continues to captivate those who seek both history and a touch of the supernatural. Among the notable spirits reputed to haunt the Brazen Head is that of Robert Emmet, an Irish nationalist and revolutionary executed in 1803 following his leadership of a failed rebellion against British rule. Emmet was known to frequent the pub, which served as a safe haven for him to devise his plans for uprising. It is believed that his spirit remains at the Brazen Head, perhaps in search of the peace and freedom that eluded him in life. Numerous patrons and staff have reported sightings of a ghostly figure resembling Emmet in the pub's upstairs rooms, often observed sitting in contemplation before vanishing abruptly. Those who have encountered this apparition describe an overwhelming sense of sorrow, as if the spirit bears the heavy burden of his unsuccessful revolution. Additionally, the Brazen Head is said to be haunted by the ghost of a young woman believed to have been murdered in the establishment centuries ago. Her spirit is frequently spotted near the entrance, dressed in period attire, with a look of despair etched on her face. Some speculate she was a victim of a crime of passion, while others argue she became ensnared in the violent events that marked Dublin's turbulent history. The Brazen Head is also notorious for its paranormal activity, with reports of glasses moving inexplicably, chairs shifting from their original positions, and unexplained sounds echoing in the quiet of night. Visitors have noted a sudden drop in temperature in certain areas, particularly the cellar, where the atmosphere is described as particularly oppressive. Despite its haunted reputation, the Brazen Head remains one of Dublin's most beloved pubs, drawing in both locals and tourists. Its rich history, combined with a warm ambiance and live music, makes it an essential destination for those intrigued by the paranormal. A visit to the Brazen Head offers an opportunity to experience one of Ireland's oldest and most haunted establishments, where the echoes of the past are never far from the present. The Spaniard, Belfast. In Belfast, nestled in the cathedral quarter of County Antrim, lies the Spaniard, a charming pub with a storied past dating back to the early 17th century. It was once a favoured haunt for sailors and smugglers who frequented the nearby shores. The name Spaniard is thought to reference a Spanish shipwreck that occurred in the vicinity, with survivors seeking refuge in the nearby village. Over the years, the Spaniard has developed a reputation not only for its inviting atmosphere and stunning views, but also for its spectral residents. One of the most renowned spirits associated with the pub is that of a Spanish sailor who tragically lost his life in the aforementioned shipwreck. Legend has it that a sailor was among the few survivors of a shipwreck, yet he tragically succumbed to his injuries shortly after being rescued by local inhabitants. It is said that his spirit continues to wander the pub in search of a path back to his homeland. The ghost of this Spanish sailor is frequently spotted in the Pope's cellar, the location where he was taken after his rescue. Visitors have reported encountering a shadowy figure clad in antiquated attire, and some have even claimed to hear faint echoes of distant music reminiscent of a bygone era. The atmosphere in the cellar is often characterized as cold and oppressive, leaving many who enter with an overwhelming sense of melancholy. In addition to the haunting presence of the Spanish sailor, the pub is also said to be visited by the spirit of a former landlady who managed the establishment in the 18th century. She is often sighted in the main bar area, engaged in tidying up and ensuring that everything is in order. Patrons who have encountered her describe her as a warm, grandmotherly figure, though they note that she can exhibit a stern demeanour when things are not to her satisfaction. The pub is notorious for its poltergeist activity, with reports of glasses flying off shelves and doors opening and closing inexplicably. Some staff members have experienced disembodied voices when the premises were otherwise empty, while others have felt a sudden chill in warm rooms. Despite this supernatural activity, the Spaniard remains a favoured destination for both locals and tourists. Its rich history, stunning coastal vistas, and ghostly lore provide a unique and memorable experience. Whether one is intrigued by the paranormal or simply looking for a cozy spot to enjoy a drink, the Spaniard caters to all, offering the added thrill of potentially encountering a spectral presence. Keitler's Inn, Kilkenny. In the medieval city of Kilkenny stands out as one of Ireland's most renowned haunted pubs, steeped in a history filled with witchcraft and intrigue. Established in the 14th century by Dame Alice Keitler, a wealthy and influential figure accused of witchcraft, the inn became infamous due to allegations that she had used dark powers to murder multiple husbands and secure her fortune. Although she was ultimately sentenced to death, Keitler managed to escape, leaving her maid Petronilla to face the flames in her stead. This dark legacy has left an indelible mark on the inn, which is recognised as one of the most haunted locations in Kilkenny. Visitors often report sightings of Dame Alice Keitler's spirit within the upper rooms where she once resided, often described as a shadowy figure. Some claim to hear her voice whispering in the darkness, as if engaged in spellcasting or plotting her escape. In addition to Keitler's ghost, the inn is also haunted by the spirit of Petronilla, who was executed in place of her mistress. Her apparition is often seen near the fireplace, where she is said to have been dragged prior to her execution. Encounters with her spirit evoke a profound sense of fear and sorrow, as if reliving her tragic final moments. The inn is also known for poltergeist phenomena, with reports of objects moving autonomously and strange noises resonating, particularly at night. Some visitors have experienced a noticeable drop in temperature in certain areas of the inn, especially in the cellar, which is said to possess an especially heavy and oppressive atmosphere. Kittler's Inn has thus become a popular destination for ghost hunters and paranormal enthusiasts drawn by its dark history and haunted reputation. Killer's Inn has garnered attention through various television features, captivating visitors intrigued by the ghostly tales that envelop its storied past. Despite its haunted reputation, the inn is celebrated for its inviting ambiance, offering live music, traditional Irish cuisine, and an extensive selection of beverages for the intrepid guests. The establishment provides a distinctive fusion of history, mystery, and the supernatural, solidifying its status as a must-visit destination in County Kerry. The Crown Liquor Saloon, Belfast. In Belfast, Northern Ireland, the Crown Liquor Saloon stands as a remarkable testament to the city's architectural heritage, characterised by its stunning Victorian design, intricate stained glass, and elaborate woodwork. However, beneath its exquisite exterior lies a more sombre narrative, as the pub is reputedly haunted by several spirits that linger within its walls. One of the most notable apparitions is believed to be that of a former bartender from the early 20th century. Legend has it that this amiable figure met a tragic end during a robbery, and his spirit is frequently observed behind the bar, as if still attending to patrons. Those who have encountered him report a sense of warmth and friendliness, tempered by an underlying sadness, suggesting he is cognizant of his unfortunate fate. Additionally, the Crown is said to be haunted by the ghost of a young woman, often seen seated alone in one of the pub's booths. Clad in vintage attire, her expression is typically melancholic, leading some to speculate that she may be the spirit of a woman who took her own life after being forsaken by her lover. Her presence is often accompanied by a chill in the air, and some patrons have claimed to hear her softly singing during quieter moments in the pub. The Crown Liquor Saloon is also known for its poltergeist activity. Reports of glasses moving independently and footsteps echoing through empty rooms have emerged from both visitors and staff. A sudden drop in temperature, particularly in the upstairs areas, adds to the eerie atmosphere. Despite its haunted reputation, the Crown remains one of Belfast's most frequented pubs, attracting both locals and tourists. Its blend of architectural beauty, rich history, and ghostly folklore makes it an essential stop for those drawn to the paranormal. The establishment has appeared on numerous ghost hunting television programs, further enhancing its allure for those captivated by its spectral past. Whether one seeks a supernatural encounter or simply wishes to enjoy a drink in a historic venue, the Crown Liquor Saloon promises a unique and memorable experience in the heart of Belfast. The Old Thatch in Killa, County Cork. It is recognised as one of Ireland's oldest pubs, with a rich history exceeding 300 years. The pub's name is derived from its traditional thatched roof, which has been meticulously preserved over the centuries. Known for its welcoming environment, the Old Thatch also has a reputation for its spectral residents. One of the most renowned spirits is that of a former landlady who managed the establishment in the 18th century. According to legend, she was a stern and formidable figure, maintaining strict control over the pub and its patrons. Her no-nonsense attitude and unwavering enforcement of rules have left an indelible mark on the establishment's lore. Following her passing, it is believed that the spirit of the landlady continues to oversee the pub, watching over its patrons. Her apparition is frequently spotted in the main bar area, where she is said to observe guests attentively. Witnesses have reported encountering a stern figure clad in vintage attire who seems to materialize unexpectedly before vanishing just as swiftly. Those who have experienced her presence often describe a palpable sensation of being monitored, accompanied by a sudden drop in temperature in her vicinity. In addition to the landlady, the establishment is also rumoured to be haunted by the spirit of a young boy who tragically passed away within its walls during the 19th century. His ghost is often seen in the upstairs rooms, where he is known to play pranks on both staff and visitors. Some have reported hearing the sound of a child's laughter, while others have felt a gentle tug on their clothing when no one else is around. The pub is also notorious for its poltergeist activity, with reports of glasses moving independently and doors mysteriously opening despite being previously locked. Some staff members have recounted hearing peculiar noises emanating from the cellar, which is said to possess a particularly heavy and oppressive atmosphere. Despite its ghostly reputation, the Old Thatch remains a favoured haunt for locals and tourists alike. Its blend of rich history, traditional Irish charm, and spectral legends offers a truly unique and unforgettable experience. Whether one is intrigued by the paranormal or simply in search of a cozy place to enjoy a pint, the old thatch provides something for everyone, complete with the tantalizing possibility of encountering a ghostly presence. Located in the medieval city of Kilkenny, the Hole in the Wall is one of Ireland's most distinctive and historically rich pubs. Tucked away in a narrow alley off High Street, this establishment occupies a 16th century townhouse that once belonged to the influential Wandesford family. The Hole in the Wall is celebrated for its intimate ambience, characterized by low ceilings, ancient stone walls, and a history that spans over 400 years. The pub's allure extends beyond its historical and architectural significance. It is also reputed to be inhabited by several ghosts. One of the most renowned spirits associated with the venue is that of a young woman who allegedly died under mysterious circumstances within the building. Her ghost is often sighted in the upstairs rooms, appearing as a pale figure draped in a flowing gown. Encounters with her tend to evoke feelings of sorrow and unease, as if she is in search of something or someone. Another ghost believed to haunt the Hole in the Wall is that of a former patron who met a violent end during the 18th century. Legend has it that a dispute over a card game escalated into a deadly confrontation. His spirit is frequently seen in the main bar area, where he is said to occupy the same table where his life was extinguished. Witnesses describe him as a shadowy figure with a dark, brooding demeanor. The pub is also known for its poltergeist phenomena, with reports of glasses moving on their own and strange sounds echoing, particularly late at night. Some patrons have noted a sudden drop in temperature in specific areas of the pub, especially near the old fireplace, where the atmosphere is particularly unsettling. Despite its haunted reputation, the Hole in the Wall continues to be a popular destination for both locals and visitors. Its unique blend of history, traditional Irish music, and ghostly tales creates an unforgettable experience. Whether you have a keen interest in the paranormal or are simply seeking a charming place to unwind with a pint, the Hole in the Wall provides a captivating experience for all visitors, enhanced by the intriguing possibility of a spectral encounter. The Anchor Bar, Portstewart, Northern Ireland. Situated in the picturesque coastal town of Portstewart in County Londonderry, the Anchor Bar boasts a rich history spanning over 2 centuries. Renowned for its breathtaking views of the Atlantic Ocean, the pub exudes a warm and inviting ambiance. Yet it is also famous for its resident ghost, a former sailor who reportedly perished off the coast of Portstewart in the early 1800s. According to local lore, this sailor was a frequent patron of the establishment, and following his untimely demise, his spirit returned to the pub he cherished. Witnesses claim to have seen the ghostly figure of the sailor in the main bar area, often described as a shadowy presence with a somber demeanor. Patrons have reported experiencing a sudden chill in the air and the distinct sound of footsteps echoing in the absence of others. In addition to the sailor, the bar is believed to be haunted by the spirit of a young woman, thought to be a former barmaid from the late 19th century, who is frequently sighted near the pub's fireplace. This apparition is often characterized as kind and nurturing, seemingly overseeing the bar and its guests, and is known to appear tidying up as if she continues to fulfill her duties beyond the grave. The Anchor Bar is also noted for its peculiar activities, with patrons witnessing glasses moving autonomously and doors unlocking themselves unexpectedly. Staff members have reported hearing unsettling noises emanating from the cellar, which is said to carry a particularly dense and oppressive atmosphere. Despite its haunted reputation, the Anchor Bar remains a favoured spot for both locals and tourists alike, offering a unique blend of historical significance, stunning coastal vistas, and ghostly tales that create an unforgettable experience. Johnny Fox's Pub, County Dublin, Southern Ireland. Nestled in the breathtaking Dublin mountains, Johnny Fox's Pub stands as one of Ireland's most iconic establishments, celebrated for its traditional Irish music, hearty cuisine, and panoramic views of the surrounding landscape. Established in 1798, this pub has been a cherished gathering place for both locals and visitors for over 2 centuries. However, Johnny Fox's is not solely recognised for its warm hospitality. It is also notable for its spectral residents. One of the most renowned spirits associated with Johnny Fox's is that of a former landlord from the early 19th century. Legend has it that this beloved figure met a tragic fate at the hands of a rival due to a dispute. His spirit is said to linger in the pub, particularly in the main bar area, where patrons have reported sightings of him seated at a table, seemingly enjoying a drink. Encounters with this ghostly figure are often described as friendly, yet mischievous, as he is known to delight in playing pranks on both staff and guests alike. With its enchanting ambience and rich tapestry of history, Johnny Fox's pub offers an inviting atmosphere for those seeking a memorable experience, whether they are drawn by the allure of the supernatural or simply in search of a delightful place to enjoy a meal and a pint. Johnny Fox's is said to be haunted by the spirit of a young woman who frequents its upstairs rooms. This apparition is believed to be the ghost of a former barmaid who served at the pub during the late 19th century. Visitors often report sightings of her diligently tidying the bar area, and some have claimed to hear the sound of footsteps echoing through the pub when it is otherwise empty. Encounters with her reveal a gentle and nurturing presence, as if she is safeguarding the pub and its patrons. In addition to her spectral presence, Johnny Fox's is noted for its poltergeist activity, with glasses reportedly moving of their own accord and doors discovered ajar despite being previously locked. Staff members have expressed unease at strange noises emanating from the cellar, an area described as particularly heavy and oppressive in atmosphere. Despite these ghostly tales, Johnny Fox's remains a favourite among both locals and tourists, drawing them in with its rich history, breathtaking mountain views and captivating legends. Whether one seeks a connection to the paranormal or merely a cozy location to savour a pint, Johnny Fox's provides an intriguing experience where the possibility of a ghostly encounter lingers. The Long Valley Bar, Cork City, Southern Ireland. The Long Valley Bar, located in the heart of Cork City, County Cork, Southern Ireland, is another cherished venue with a lively ambiance, traditional Irish fare, and a storied past. However, like many historic pubs in Ireland, the Long Valley is not without its darker narratives, featuring accounts of ghostly encounters that have left patrons and staff feeling unsettled. Established in the 19th century, the pub has witnessed its share of tragedies. One of the most notable spirits said to haunt the Long Valley is that of a former patron who met a tragic fate outside the bar. Local legend recounts that the man was fatally wounded during a brawl on the street. Despite the bar staff's efforts to save him by bringing him inside, he ultimately succumbed to his injuries in a back room. His spirit is believed to persist in the pub, particularly in the area where he took his last breath. Guests and employees have reported seeing a shadowy figure there, often accompanied by an inexplicable chill or the faint sound of groaning. In addition to this tragic figure, the Long Valley is also said to be haunted by a former barmaid from the early 20th century who is frequently spotted in the early morning hours as she prepares the bar for the day. Described as a kind and diligent figure, her sudden appearances have startled unsuspecting staff members. Patrons often see her near the old wooden counter where she once served drinks. The pub is also infamous for its poltergeist activity, with reports of glasses sliding across tables, flickering lights, and doors that mysteriously open and close. Many visitors have claimed to hear whispers and voices in the absence of others, particularly near the old fireplace, which is thought to be a focal point for the paranormal occurrences. The Long Valley, despite its haunted reputation, remains a beloved destination in Cork City, attracting both locals and tourists with its inviting atmosphere and rich historical backdrop. For those intrigued by the paranormal, a visit to the Long Valley presents an opportunity to explore one of Cork's most reputedly haunted pubs, where echoes of the past linger in every corner. As we step away from the flickering candlelight and shadowy alcoves of Ireland's eerie taverns, it's important to recognise that these establishments serve as custodians of age-old secrets. They are not merely charming venues for enjoying a pint. They are gateways to the past, where the spirits of yesteryears may still make their presence felt. From the playful ghost of a mischievous bartender at the Cran Liquor Saloon in Belfast to the mournful apparition of a young woman at Kiters in Kinsale, these pubs remind us that history is never truly behind us. If you appreciated this exploration of Ireland's haunted pubs, we invite you to like this video, subscribe to our channel so you won't miss future episodes. We have a wealth of supernatural tales, chilling accounts, and unexplained phenomena to share with you. If you have visited any of these locations or have your own ghostly encounters to narrate, please share your experiences in the comments below. Your story could inspire our next feature. Until next time, good night.